Greetings, everybody. It's a terrific Tuesday. It's a Taco Tuesday. No, I'm not supplying the tacos, but I am now hungry thanks to all of you in the chat. Let's see. We had a great Monday, I think. Released the video about, my thoughts on Victoria Alonso. And believe it or not, we're going to talk more about Victoria Alonso today. I'm sure you suspected that. It's also in the description. Let's see what else is going on. Well, just wonderful things. Some of which I can't share with you now, but pretty excited about a lot of stuff. And, of course, there's also bad things out there. But we're going to cover all the news in 6 minutes, which will take 12 minutes. But that's not all. We have bonus time today. So stick around. After we get through the credits, where I would normally say, see ya, we're not going anywhere. And I put up a poll, and I think it's kind of interesting how the responses have come in. So with that, we'll check the poll at the end of the stream. Let's say hi to each and every one of you. Look at these amazing humans. You've got the Red Ranger saying, my wife just completed a 40-week bodybuilding program this morning. It's a girl and weighs 7 pounds, 12 ounces. Well, fantastic. If that's a joke, it's good. And if it's true, that's amazing. And congratulations. Welcome. It's absolutely wonderful. I hope this is legit, and you're very excited. That's great. Captain Phantom Nerd is out there. Great to see you, my friend. Good morning. We've got, of course, Liger fan here as well. There's Josiah Robinson out there, and let's see. Dragon Master 360. What's going on? Y Destroyer 3466V. What's up? Let's see who else popped in the door. Oh, Cat's It saying hello. Hello indeed. There's Eric K, the master of wrenches, the mensch of wrenches, master of mod. I don't know. I always screw it up, but I'm glad he's here. And he sent a super chat, which I'll get to in just a moment. We've got Professor Etienne Falarudo. Check out his channel. You can check out a new video in regards to manga, if you are so interested. Morgan King is here. Great to see you, my friend. And Hillis Mallory says salutations. That's right. And he says taco. Speaking of which, we've got Snorta Pupus Cuber here, my favorite bear. Hillis Mallory wants extra cheese on his taco. All right, fair enough. We've got an amazing wrench and a good friend in Darren Hughes here. Happy Tuesday indeed. Let's see. Who else is in the house? Oh, the Union of Amateur Strategists. Hail to me and all culturites. Indeed. Hey, there's Aaron Ratliff. What's going on? There's another incredible wrench. Mr. Shirt. What's going on, Mr. Shirt? Hope you're doing well. Things have progressed forward in a good way for you, sir. Critisible, the Rainbow Knight is here. What's going on, Critisible? Good to see you. We have the Bat Cap. We get some bonus time. And let's talk about some Los Angeles rain, shall we? Hey, it's M Tax Shark. What's going on, my friend? And you are early. Dad Man Walking 55. What is up, bud? Love it. Good to see you, man. John Sapola is here. Hello, it's time for another video. That's right. Hope you're doing well, my friend. I'm glad you recovered your escape artist animal. We've got Randall Orser here. Good to see you, Randall. And, of course, TPC. What is up, Theme Park Casual? Great to see you, buddy. A few other folks sneaking in here. We've got Tender Warrior 68. Greetings, my friend. And, of course, Shrap 3D. I won't be satisfied until Disney as a whole fails. Woohoo! Yikes. That's vitriol, folks. But probably well-deserved. Keck 44. What is up, my friend? Great to see you. And a few other folks rolling in here at the right at the tail end. Channel Surf, Krimlon, and Spaceship Vampire. There's SP4H. What's up? KR Nut 82, and there's that super chat. Eric K for $2 says, "Yay! Bonus time." See, I'm not gonna do it because it'll get clipped. See, Eric, that it's going to get clipped if I do that. Oh shoot, we gotta go. See, it's too easy to talk to everybody. Hey, Dapper Bard Games is in the house. We've got D. Bud Martin as well. There is the Sassy Lass and Elizabeth Young. Look at all these amazing humans. Gunner is here. There's One Man Show. It's been a minute. Hope you're doing well, dude. Fat Elvis is here, and he smashed that thumb. You should too. B5 guy is here. That's right, Babylon 5. Sean E. Step, what is up? Mike Linux is here. Zags! That's right. 6 minute starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are, whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about and not a lot of time to do it in. It is Tuesday, the 21st of March in 2023. We have some news items, and of course, the one I'll lead off with is the one I made a video about that was released this morning. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. Set a reminder to do it. Put it on your watch list, whatever it takes. It's a fun one. Let's get there. It is Victoria Alonso. That's right. That's where we're going to start because that was some significant news yesterday that dropped a little late in the morning and allowed me the opportunity to finally join in over at Midnight's Edge right as they were reading Super Chats to give some commentary there as well. This is kind of a big deal. Well, okay, it's bigger than a big deal. Victoria Alonso has left the studio after a nearly 2-decade run. There's a reason for that. She was in charge of the very things that we as fans, universally, regardless of agenda, have complained about for quite some time. Visuals. And she made them suck. Since Endgame, absent Spider-Man No Way Home, I would say that this person here is responsible supremely for just how poor those things looked, in the last several films. Not to mention the fact that pretty much everybody is tired of being lectured to, and that's a lesson that, Marvel should take to heart. But will she be the last one? Well, we'll check the poll after the stream. We've got a public school strike in California, which means 3 days off. Isn't that great, LA? You're getting rain. Yeah, you're getting rain and a teacher strike. That's essentially supported by the government, which is so weird. It's very strange, but 40-mile-an-hour winds, potential flooding. Hey, guys, aren't you in a drought? Maybe capture some of that water? That'd be kind of handy, right? Maybe. Anyway, Paul Grant passed away. R.I.P. to one of the great Star Wars and Harry Potter actors. A real shame. And he left us at age 56, not that much older than me. So condolences to his family and to those that loved all of his performances. Well, Andy Kaufman is going to be inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame. You heard me right, and for good reason. He was on the WWF back before it was the WWE in some very strange capacities. He used to wrestle women. Really odd. Really odd. We had talks yesterday. That's right. The WGA and the AMPTP they had a conversation which was largely just that, basically opening statements and some opening salvos and negotiations where neither side wants to move. This is going to be interesting. And I would suspect that there isn't just a threat of a strike. The strike's actually coming. And for those of you who are in the industry, in the audience, you probably have already been warned. So just put your pennies away. Put your pennies away. The director for Shazam, Fury of the Gods, is confused and surprised that the film got criticism. Well, then you haven't made any films because film critics have been out there forever criticizing everything that comes out. I don't think there's a lot of fan criticism of this film. As I said in my review, it's largely inoffensive. So maybe it's just some people in social media that has his hackles up. I don't know. But this was a weird story. And I'm like, dude, just shut up and take it. Ted Lasso. Somebody explain this show to me because season 3 premiere scored 870,000 U.S. households. Supposedly that's a big number, a 59% jump from the season 2 premiere, which means why has this thing been getting publicity at all? It doesn't have big numbers. I don't know. But Ringling Brothers is back, although it won't have animals. So if you're looking for some tight wire action and some Cirque du Soleil, well, the new Ringling Brothers Circus will be for you. A jury finally convicted the 3 people who murdered rapper XXXTentacion. And it took them a long period of time. But at the end of the day, 3 people convicted of that murder. Financial news isn't good. It's too early to call the bottom of the market because there's more pain coming from regional banks, et cetera, et cetera. At least that's what the BlackRock folks say. And they would know because, well, they saw this coming a while ago and didn't warn anybody else. The Dutch government staff, Dutch government staff have been discouraged from apps such as TikTok. In other words, please take that privacy stealing thing off your phones. This amidst the fact that TikTok is actually removing or banning deep fakes of young people in its guidelines. You have Google ramping up to get Bard out there in your hands to, test their, super woke AI. Enjoy that. And Yellen is telling us that the banking situation is stabilized and the system is sound. I've heard this song before, and I don't believe you. This is the third time you've said this in a week, and it's a lie. Asian stocks are rising ahead of the next interest rate hike, which blows my mind. Also, the market was a little bit up, and I still can't explain why you're betting into a losing situation. Biden is using the Antiquities Act to steal areas in Nevada and Texas. Yay for him. And finally, a mountain lion claws a man's head while he was relaxing in a ground-level hot tub in Colorado. Ouch. Anyway. Well, I'm out of time. I'm out of stories, at least for this portion of the program. We are going to have bonus time, but for now, I will do what I normally do and say be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye!
Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.
This is the updated credits. That's right, we got them up in 4K on my end, although with StreamYard, you can only send out a signal in 1080p. I'm going to figure out how I can OBS everything, and then we'll be over there, I'll be broadcasting from over there, still trying to use the chat and StreamYard. It's weird. People do it. I'll figure it out. But look at all these amazing human beings. That's incredible. Very, very fortunate human I am. What else is going on out there? Well, we have bonus time coming up. We've got great supporters here in the chat, like Alpha 11 Alpha. I think I said hi to Zax already. A few other folks rolled in, like Jeremy Turner. And let's see. Oh, Maestro Chi is here. A few other folks popping in as we were running the show. Sunny Sunflower was here. So was Ironcaster and Indie Phantom. Normally I'd say, but I'm not gonna, because we are headed into bonus time. So let's get to the cleanup portion of the show. There's me in full screen. And Indie Phantom is here. Good to see you. Got your 6-minute fix. Plus, we've got some bonus time for all. Not really sure what we're going to talk about this morning. I am going to end the poll in a moment. If you haven't had an opportunity to weigh in, check the chat. And at the very top, click on the poll and vote accordingly. That's all I say. What's up, no one? I like that emblem. That symbol looks familiar. Squirrel Lords Gaming is here. Good morning to you. Thanks for being here, my friend. I appreciate it. I'm glad you found the channel, and I'm glad you caught the stream. We've got our good friend Rogue Thinker in the chat. Greetings to you, my friend. Rod Thunderheart is here this morning. Look at that. What a great dude. Let's see who else is here. We got a bunch of folks here. Quick catch up on saying hi, like Naughty Monkey Wrath, and then a few more. I really want to talk about this Vicky Alonso thing. Do you guys want to talk about that? Let's check the poll. Let's check the poll. The poll says, I think a lot of people are on the side of the righteous. I put that poll up 17 minutes ago. It has 84 votes. Let's take a look at the poll. We're going to end it right here, folks. If you didn't vote, get it in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ending the poll. Let's see what those results are, everybody. 87 votes in. And we have a 54% that Vicky won't be the only person exiting. High profile exit from Disney. That's good to hear. And I hope not is 37%. That puts us in the 92 percentile, folks. 92% of you are optimistic that more high-profile folks will be leaving. Well, it's probably true. A lot of people saying Ted Lasso is good. I just don't understand the appeal. I'll have to check it out. It's on Apple TV or Apple Plus or whatever it is, Apple TV Plus or whatnot. And look, I mean, 807,000 premiere viewers is not a lot to shake a stick at. I mean, that's like CW numbers on Samba TV. Although, I mean, take that number and double it on Roku, and you get really close to probably what digital consumer viewership was like. So maybe 2.5 million, 2.7 million people watched the premiere. That's a decent number, and it's much better than, again, the old CW stuff. But we'll see. We'll see. Sell, Mortimer, sell. Bonus time. Yep. Save the pennies or get a job in an industry. Well, yeah, but there are a lot of people that are very skilled in that industry, Pinochet. But I hear what you're saying. Nearsighted Cyclops is here. Good to see you. You guys are amazing. I appreciate your support. Lisa's here. Good to see you. Hey, there's Wraithwolf. Been a minute. National Disgrace is here. Look at these amazing humans. Cougar in a hot tub. Well, mountain lion in a hot tub. That's weird though, to have like a big animal like grab your head and scratch it. Whoa! Trying to figure out what that dude's head was bobbing up and down. It was ground level. Probably something the mountain lion didn't recognize based on the story as it was reported. But man, this Vicky Alonso thing ain't going away. Ain't going away. Oh, you know what? You're absolutely right, Aaron Ratliff. You are correct. He didn't actually wrestle in the WWF or the E. He wrestled in one of the smaller promotions. This is true. Memphis 10. Yeah. CWA. He was put in the W because he owns the rights to the video library. What? I have to look that up, but that's interesting. Thank you for that, and thank you for the correction. I appreciate that. Midnight's Edge show soon or no? Well, the Midnight's Edge in the morning is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. On Tuesday, Thursday, I do this extended bonus time show for the 6-minute daily because it gives me a chance to talk to everybody, and there's not a lot of people here doing this like I am right now. Sorry, a sip of water for the working man. Got to get coffee next because need to ramp up the caffeine. Yep, we got a bonus time. That's right. Bone this time. That's right. Look at you guys out there. There's the lovely Sherry. Greetings here. And Matt G, promoter of everybody and everything. Good to see you. Ryan, thank you for the super chat for €5 saying Strange New Worlds is getting another season. It's not great, but far better than Disco. Well, that's not hard to do, but cool. Credit for them trying to course correct. Yeah. My original impression was Strange New Worlds felt very hollow, right? And it still had, its primary character kind of in a shadow. But I agree with you. Maybe they're trying to course correct. I don't know. I know this. Terry is doing a good job of trying to recover Star Trek in the audience, but keeping Raffi in there as much as she has been and really integrating her into the story, especially on that weird crime planet thing or whatever. That was a little annoying. I'm just not a fan of that character. Lots of tropes are tied to that one, but I do appreciate what you're saying, and almost anything's better than Disco. So well said, my friend, and thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Elizabeth Young drops a super for $4.99. Thank you, dear. Says, oh my gosh, I saw a tweet that consuming coffee makes you what the actual F word? The person who said that has zero clue where coffee comes from. Oy vey. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I'm like 3 racisms in for the morning, apparently. If that's the case, which we all know it's bologna sausage. You have to go back a long way. Our cafe has been around for a very long time. Turkish coffee. Have you had any of these delights in your lifetime? I mean, a cafe has been around for a very, very long time. Just very weird. Yeah. I don't believe you're a nun, but if you are, no, you're not. You stab me too much. Hey, Theliato, and a tipping bard. Good to see you. Oh, there's one of the amazing memers. We have so many here in the chat between Release the McCracken, the Stabby Sherry, and so many others. You guys are the best. We appreciate you. You don't even know. But let's talk a little bit about the Vic, as you guys are naming her in the chat. Let me rearrange my winders. Okay. Share screen. I'm a professional YouTuber, folks. Let's jump on this Deadline story, although the Hollywood Reporter is the one I used for my video. So she's gone. She will... what will she amount to after almost 2 decades? I think 17 years technically is how long she was with Marvel. She started back in the Paramount days, or Paramount distribution days with Marvel, with the original Iron Man and so on and so forth. It's very telling because nobody gets fired in Hollywood. I mean, I know that sounds like quite the trope, but it's absolutely true. Nobody gets fired in Hollywood. So when you get to the part of the story where it says no reasons were given for her departure, which was effective Friday. Now, mind you, we didn't hear about this till Monday. That says an awful lot, doesn't it? I think it does. Sorry, I want to make it bigger. There we go. But I mean, she's gone. And the question is, are they going to replace her? Because as I've always argued, and if you've listened to me over on Midnight's Edge or in any of the other places I comment about these things, this was a made-up position. She'd been placed in a bunch of made-up positions during her tenure for whatever reason. And she just kind of fell in wherever they needed her at the moment, which is kind of strange. So I don't know. Wraithwolf is going to Nintendo Land. That's awesome. Hey, what's up, Dave G-Sound? I have heard of Lucky Hank. A bunch of commercials have been running it. Another toxic white guy gets his. Yeah, that's a problem. We'll have to see how that turns out. Nintendo Land is under a 4-month renovation. Is that in Japan? I'm curious. I thought they just opened it in California, or it's about to open in California. I know it's they're working very quickly in Florida to get it up and running. Oh, and Lisa, this hair brushing is for you. Actually, it's because I just noticed my hair was kind of all over the place. But let's see. I know I've got some more super chats here. Oh, here's one from my friend Pinochet's Helicopter Tours for $5. Sorry you didn't get to demonize millions of people and expect sympathy. Indeed. I'm a great plumber. I don't berate customers. I disagree with because I like money. Yes, me too. Yeah, I do business with anybody who seeks to do business with me, provided they don't outright insult me, mistreat me, or if I am in the presence of somebody who actually mistreats others, that's when perhaps I won't do business with you anymore. Just the way I'm wired. I like to do business with people, and I like to make money. All right. Let's see. Does an energy drink make you a bigot? Not yet, but hang on there, Release the McCracken. That may be coming. Calling things racist that have nothing to do with race makes you racist. Yes, that's true. Shrap 3D says, never drink coffee. Don't see the appeal of drinking scalded hot dirt juice. I hear you. Ding dong, the witch is dead. The wicked witch. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. Deliata says, well, she's gone, so we can expect less wishy-washy waste. Now, Iger needs to crack down on the hack writers. Well, got a lot of Rick and Morty writers. I think that's largely not because of her, but because of Feige, but that's a different conversation. Pinochet's Helicopter Tours for another $5. Thank you, my friend. Today's sponsor of the program. Is highlighting chats the only thing that keeps people stuck to StreamYard and YouTube? Why don't you stream to Rumble CC? Soon everyone must choose. I'm going to be. I'm not to blame this on another person because I could certainly figure it out, but I think I have to have a locals account that's linked to Rumble in order to stream. I'll figure it out. And again, I've been saying I really would like to be able to live stream over there. But yeah, I think StreamYard allows you to highlight chats to illustrate points and stuff like that. Now I could set up a separate window on my OBS like I've done for like gaming streams and stuff like that, which runs the chat. But then I can't really effectively highlight everybody's input. And I feel like that's valuable. I think you guys like that. Melon actually works pretty well, but you're stuck with Melon. And Melon is one of those weird grab your device things that actually make it really hard to use any other platform. And the vast majority of creators use StreamYard. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Holy cow, Crimlon sends us a really nice super sticker. He's a little pair doing a little mirror thing. I love it. I love a little fascinating thing there. It's a super sticker for $20. Thank you, Crimlon. I do appreciate it. It's amazing. Yeah. I think that's a cool sticker. I think that might be the first time I've gotten that one. But yeah. Vicious Vicky is no more. That's right. I bet you the girls over on Toxic Femme had fun with that last night. I didn't get a chance to watch because I was prepping a commercial and getting ready for comics division's show. Hopefully we can get that commercial for Thursday's show. Be interesting to get that one done and up over on Comics Division's channel. Yeah, you guys are funny as heck, by the way. I love it. Made a friend mad at me the other day by singing "Everything is Racist." Oh, to the tune of Monty Python's "Every Sperm is Sacred." That's funny. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about this real quick and just kind of note what they say here. What's up, No Fate? Good to see you. I love the Skynet. Did you guys see that Skynet? Love it. So anyway, she left. There were no reasons given. She had 17 years in at Marvel. The title that she had was President of Physical and Post-Production, VFX, Animation Production. What does that tell you? Every single thing that looked bad, including the animated stuff, was her fault. Nothing. And in my video, I said I can't, in my recollection, remember when anything from Marvel or Star Wars was nominated for a VFX award under Disney. And the only thing that Grant found was back in 1955 for 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. So there you go. But anyway, so she was chief of visual effects and post-production in Iron Man as co-producer and so on and so forth. So most recently, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Thor: Love and Thunder, Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness, all of which had terrible CGI, Loki, Miss Marvel, and the Guardians of the Galaxy special on Disney Plus. Again, not exactly perfect VFX, visual effects there as well. She's won a lot of awards. She's focused on all of this stuff, right? And basically just coming at everything from that point of view. So anything that she touched had this point of view in it. So from a social point of view, the cultural point of view, but truthfully, this is a business. From a fiscal point of view, you are leaving money on the table by not representing. I think 51% of our audience is female, 28% of our audience is Hispanic. She's lying to you. It used to be that these properties that she got put in charge of were 70%, somewhere between 68 and 70% focused on males. And that was their audience. I won't argue with her about the Hispanic audience being very, very overrepresenting at the box office, but they've done a very poor job of actually having that audience involved in any of their films. You know, outside of the more and maybe notable other ones like Luis and Ant-Man, there really hadn't been a lot of characters that were like that. You go where the business is, and Disney Marvel, Disney Star Wars, pretty much anything Disney takes boys' properties and turns them into girls' properties, which again, they were trying to do most recently with Pirates of the Caribbean. It's insane. But again, she took a stand against what they say is anti-LGBTQ plus legislation. And again, they're still using this, the don't say gay bill thing. So it, like you said, this was a long time coming, in my opinion. I don't know about I don't know about what you guys think, other than what the poll reflected. It was pretty clear. Most of you were like, A, yay, B, not the only high profile person that's going to leave Disney. And I think that's true. I think that you're going to see more and more folks that are there leaving the company, exiting. And I'm going to continue to use that word because that's the word they want you to use. They don't want you to acknowledge that this person was fired. And boy, were they. And again, Crimlon, thank you for that amazing super sticker. I like it. It's orange super sticker. Let's see who else is in the house. I saw Jim Watari is here. Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. And Cryam is here. If we don't represent people that watch, they'll go elsewhere. Yes, no argument here. People went elsewhere away from Disney. That's right. Yeah, they look at things wrong. No Fate suggests that in the political realm there won't be an arrest today. I have no idea. I tell you what, it's very thin. It's very thin. We'll have to see. Hey, Philip Gaming is here. Good to see you. Peruvia Sanchez is a great Latinx character. Thank you, Professor AT. We got a super chat from our good friend Any Phantom. Great to see you, my friend. A Canadian $4 at that. Saying, is there any multiverse where the Marvels works? You could do it. You would have to veer out of the idea that it's a woman power film and just make it a superhero film. I'm gonna tell you the truth, as I see it. And whether it's subjective or subjective is, your point of view. But Miss Marvel is a pretty good character in the show, despite the fact that it wasn't really aimed at me. That little girl is very Iman Vellani. She is very charismatic and wonderful. And I can't say enough good things about her. She's not going to be the problem. Brie Larson's going to be the problem. The lady that's playing the other version of Captain Marvel. Oh my goodness, Monica Rambeau. She's playing Monica Rambeau. Oh man, her name always falls out of my head. She just hasn't had enough development yet. So this really could be a great way to develop these characters. And remember, this is how we used to be introduced to characters. They were not developed in shoehorned into Disney Plus shows. They were developed in films. And you didn't have an audience trying to play catch up with what you'd been doing on the television side, because not everybody's subscribed to your television product. So I don't think it's going to work for a lot of different reasons, and it may get pushed back again, not just for visual effects reasons. Repeat a why enough theory. Yeah, well, they've been trying to do that, and people have wisened up to that for the most part. Hey, Kronos is here. What's up, Kronos? Godwisen. Yeah, what's up, Ram Bam? Good to see you. I'm excited for John Wick, not theater excited, but definitely going to watch it at home. I am excited for it at the theater. Knowing what I know and being told by the people who've seen it more than once now, have been telling me, it is incredible. I think it's going to have a huge impact. But anyway, hey there. Good to see you, Ram Bam. Renee's Ramblings, what's going on? Says, how many streams so far today, technically? This is the third one I've seen. Eric K works all day. He's an incredible man and a great friend. Gojira Star. Malonzo is the only person who's the problem at Marvel. No, you're 100% right. And I think you're going to see some other high profile folks exit. I think you are. And I think that shouldn't surprise anybody. They got too many people doing nothing there. And they have too many people doing damaging things there at Disney. Again, this is only the first 4,000 folks that are being laid off, and I would suggest she was part of that for a reason. And I strongly suspect that you'll see 3,000 more, and that'll be kind of evaluating or trying to create a different balance in their company. They really have put themselves in a very bad place. And as I said in my video, if you haven't seen that, please watch it. It's got a lot of information in it. I strongly suspect that the specter of Nelson Peltz is going to force a lot of other kinds of changes. You have a stockholder hanging on to over $1 billion in your stock, who's very vocal, has the vehicles to make your life very uncomfortable, and to even kind of rattle the cages of some of the big players, like these slightly darker shades of rocks that are out there that are basically controlling things through, capital manipulation. So yeah, but I suspect there'll be more folks there. But we'll have to see. Hey, Pinochet's Helicopter Tours again, sponsoring today's program. Well, and Kremlin also now. Thank you. For $2 says no. Disney tried to engineer their audience. Period. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. They did try to engineer their audience. They engineered their audience right out of the theaters. Look, any film, any Disney superhero film now, especially after what could be touted as nearly 40% increase in ticket prices in the last few years. And of course, you also have inflation to help that along. You should have made well over $500 million. You can't even break $500 million. You were going to lose a lot of money. And if you haven't noticed, and this was something that was interesting brought up the other day, if you've noticed that the Lucasfilm side of the equation has started to report higher budgets on their films. I noticed that the other day. Force Awakens at minimum right now is being reported at $306 million production budget. That's not counting marketing, which was easily probably in that ballpark, to be fair, because it was everywhere for Force Awakens. So consider that. If that film hadn't made $2 billion, they'd have been in some real trouble there. They put a lot of weight behind that one. And all that, and they didn't even have any significant returns after that first film. In fact, they had diminishing returns going forward. They're basically cutting their audience in half every single time. So you're right, Pinochet. And I appreciate you. Speaking of appreciating people, Captain Phantom Nerd has just gifted one Culture Casino membership. Thank you for that, my friend. Now I have to update the credits again, you guys. But that went to Renee's Ramblings, and welcome to the membership, Renee. Thank you very much. And thank you again, Pinochet. You're awesome. Also, the person playing Monica Rambeau will also be awful. I don't know. I would say that I think that she hasn't had any character development, and she was put in a very bad show. The WandaVision thing was a calamity after the 4th episode. Actually, I think it kind of went sideways after the 3rd episode, but that's just my opinion. And it hinted at a lot of things that we're not getting. It really did lead people astray. A lot of people unhappy with that. Hey, Time Profits, great to see you. A lot of people been burned by Star Wars, Sassy Lass and Lisa. Multiverses are always bad news for a franchise. I can't argue with that position. I agree with it wholeheartedly. 100%. The Marvels, thank you, Dalu. The Marvels don't exist to be easy on the eyes for you. Indeed. I think I saw Mr. Buttcrack Media. What's up? The storytelling will be the problem. You got it. Ideology precludes making compelling characters who face challenges and learn and grow. Exactly. Because your agenda, there's no place for storytelling inside of it. And there hasn't been for a while. It's one of the things we've been calling out here for quite some time. So there you are. Darcipia, what's up, brother? Says, I think the Marvels will have the same problem as Black Adam and Shazam too. Nobody cares about those characters. Yeah, true. 100%. 100%. And Captain Phantom, no, you're correct. We do need another member stream. I got to get one of those going. Thank you for that. Did Disney bank on people subscribing to D Plus in order to keep up with MCU intentionally? That's my new thesis, and that would be a good thesis. They thought that people would come back for original Star Wars and Marvel content and keep their subscription going. And that was largely the same audience, or it used to be. But again, the minute you take the boys out of the equation, you've destroyed interest in that franchise. Could you imagine if 50% of your audience walked away? You got what you wanted, Disney. You got a largely female audience watching your stuff now. But they're easily swayed. And let me tell you, the Barbie movie is going to play havoc with the future of a lot of Disney stuff. Dungeons and Dragons comes out at the end of the month. That's going to tell me a lot about E1 Entertainment, and that's a completely different conversation. We're going to need to start talking about what's happening with Hasbro, but we'll see from there. But no, I think this is a correct assumption. That's what they thought. Speaking of wonderful, thank you, A Tipping Barn, for $4.99. Thank you, my friend. Says, if I don't do 5 racist things by 9 a.m., I'm falling behind. Get on the stick, CC. Sorry, I can only drink coffee so fast. It's probably not great for my heart either, but that's what it is. Spaceship Vampire. If it ain't BlackRock, don't fix it. There you go. But yeah, I really appreciate this Tipping Barn. Thanks for the $4.99 super chat. You guys keep the lights on. Your support of the channel is amazing. The memberships really do help. It's a steady income for the channel, especially if you keep it up. And it's awesome. I do appreciate it. Good to see you, Squirrel Lords Gaming. I think I said hi a few minutes ago. And again, thank you for the super chats, guys. Even the Force Awakens TLJ fans have been burned. Yep, and those were their main new fan base. Yeah, yeah. There's just not a lot there. That's kind of how I always put it. Is I didn't feel a lot after the Force Awakens, other than while it was familiar and I was excited, but that lasted less than a week. I was already questioning what I'd seen. And by the time we got to the second film and the lightsaber went over the shoulder, I was tempted to just walk out at that point. I think a lot of people were. I know people walked out at that point. I've heard them say so. But I was essentially done with Star Wars at that point. I miss Star Wars too. No Fate 101. Hey, Canadian Spider-Man. Great to see you, my friend. This is an amazing wrench and human from the north side of the North American continent. Maybe Marvel should use Chat GPT. Couldn't be any worse. You'd be surprised. Maybe it could be. Karen at 82. It takes a lot to kind of sidestep stuff on that platform. It really does. It's so incredibly broken. I was playing with it again the other day, and the new version is even more broken. Imagine the minute it becomes sentient. It's not really ever going to be sentient, but it will be quite destructive to humanity. A lot of their subscriber base was there for children's entertainment, wasn't it? Alienating them is far worse than their bottom line than alienating the nerds. Well, it doesn't help, and as they go against families, and again, I'm going to continue until they change to say that Disney is no longer a family company. They are actually anti-family and anti-West and basically anti-American at this point. I don't think that can be argued. But losing Vicky, not a bad thing at all, in my opinion. Could be wrong, though. There is no rewatch value in any of the things that we've seen since Endgame in Marvel, and there's no rewatch value in anything in Star Wars. Well, since maybe the sequel trilogy. I know a lot of people are still high on that, Andor movie thing, but what was that called? I don't even remember. It's so culturally irrelevant. The amount of work that I've accomplished this morning, Lasai. Yeah, probably not much, but thanks for being here. I miss Trek 2, Union of Amateur Strategists, but like I said, Terry's doing a decent job trying to keep that alive, at least keep a heartbeat in it. I'm still not thrilled with the cursing in it, but that's that. Indy Phantoms for another Canadian $6. Thank you, my friend. Says, really curious how Gunn navigates the Guardians press tour. I think he's a consummate professional in that regard. I think it'll be fine. I can't think of any similar scenario so unique. I wonder how that plays out for him. I think he can receive a lot of goodwill, and especially if the film itself is good and he was able to keep his story in mind. But if it has a lot of elements of modern audience in it, I think he's going to poison preemptively his new DC efforts. I think he's already poisoned the old DC efforts. I mean, just look at Shazam, right? In fact, we're going to look at that box office here in just a moment because I still find it fascinating. How do I feel about new Trek? It still leaves a lot to be desired, but it's far better than Disco. How's that? Good answer. Thunderduck says, binged Book of Boba Fett, liked it a lot, but saw its flaws. Tamura and Ming were awesome. Great screen presence. The Mando episodes were the best. Wasn't much Boba in it. Yeah, I would say that they really missed the opportunity to take that down a wonderful path that could have been expanded upon going forward for quite some period of time. Burn it all. Maestro Chi, burn Disney, burn. A lot of people see it that way. Don't forget anti-British too. Yeah, you guys are always the bad guys. Notice that. How about anti-West, which includes the UK? Yeah, Rogue One was the name of the movie I was trying to remember. Squirrel Lords Gaming. It is quite the exception indeed, and it does prove the rule. Also, indeed. The only thing that saves Rogue One is the Battle of Scarif. Even that damages canon. Yeah, I had some problems there too. So, it is true. I think, I think that Baby Yoda wore out his welcome, and when they exited him, they never should have brought him back, to be fair. And I think the 3 episodes of Mando in Book of Boba Fett were a problem myself, but a lot of people enjoyed them, so. College Casino, when can we catch you on karaoke again? Well, probably not this Saturday, but maybe next Saturday with CC Karaoke. I have too much going on right now to be able to have that kind of spare time the following day, because I think we were going until about 2 a.m. my time for that stream. Not the best. You know what? Delu is correct. He's just Gizmo in a robe. That's right. Well, I want to check some box office numbers, so if you bear with me real quick, I will type that into the computer. And we will look at Shazam, Fury of the Gods. I am a professional YouTuber, which means I do this badly. It means I do it very, very badly. Is Picard still dead? Well, he's a robot. I don't know. It was very late, Lisa. That's right. All right, let's look at these numbers. Shazam 2. Look at that. $66 million. Dude, this is a superhero film. This is a superhero film. It's Tuesday. 31 million domestic, which means it fell off a cliff. Sorry, guys, a little yawny. 1.3 million. Look, this is the cone of happiness. This is the line of sadness. It was already from March 19th headed down to March 20th, the line of sadness. This film wasn't cheap either. It's like 130 million. First weekend, $30,111,000 in 4,000 theaters. Decent per theater average, 7,300, but not anywhere near what you would normally see, which means the theaters weren't full. You want to see numbers like 14,000 and up. Preview was 3.4, very low. First Friday, which includes the preview, which means it made 8.3 million on its first Friday for a combined 11.7. Then Saturday, another $11 million, 6% decline from the stacked 2 days ahead of it. Down to 7 million on the Sunday. Wow, that's bad. And then Monday, 77% catastrophe. Oh, well, say hi to Sci-Fi For Me TV, my buddy Jason over there. He's great. Love that guy. Thanks for mentioning that. Union of Amateur Strategists. So yeah, so first Monday, $1 million, $1.7 million. It's just bad. I know a lot of you say things like it was forgettable and all that. I agree. It's just really, really low. Really, really low. Hey, Shawnee, step. Oh, snap. Yeah. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with that box office other than to say DC kind of created its own end. You imagine what the numbers are going to look like for Flash, Blue Beetle, and Aquaman 2 if this is what we get out of Shazam? They will be disappointed. They won't be this low. Maybe Blue Beetle will be, but they're going to be disappointing. They're going to be monumentally disappointing. But they're not the only thing that's disappointing. Let's talk about the complete flop and failure of Disney's own thing. And really, I think the reason why Alonzo got the yoink. She got the cane. She got yeeted in gamer speak. I think everybody can guess why. Ant-Man, Wasp, Quantumania sitting at 461 million. Still hasn't broken 500 million, folks. And it won't. And it won't. This is the cone of joy. You want to be in here. This is the line of sadness. This thing has achieved flat line. That's why she's gone. Well, I mean, that was the excuse to get rid of her. The last straw, per se. You're looking at a film that really fell off. 70%, 60%, 40%, 41%. These are the weekend performances. Not good. When you get to the dailies, it gets even sadder. By the time we got to March 9th, now mind you, this is what, 12 days ago now? It was each theater averages $202. How many people is that? 10? 11? $248. The 19th was a good day. $450. It's a good day. $696. It's not good. Yeah, I know this number's still $1 million. It's not doing good. Down 35% week over week. 45% overall. Not good. You gotta wonder why she's gone. No, you don't. No, you don't. You know why. Let's see what you guys think. Hey, it's Mikey. New show this Sunday. Culture After Dark with Demons, airing at 3 a.m. Mountain Time this week. No. Don't be doing that, Mikey. No Fate 101 says, Flash might be surprising, but not likely. I keep hearing good things about it, which is weird, right? We'll see. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's just member berries. Maybe it's Maybelline. Time Prophet says, Disney's culturally bankrupt. No arguments here, my friend. There is nothing new coming out, only remakes and follow-ons. Yep, and I actually have said that. Again, if you look at 2022, the major studios, I'm going to say this almost every stream now until, it's something we all talk about. From the major studios, 70% of all film releases were sequels or remakes. That's all they do now. And it's great to have a franchise and all, but there are diminishing returns unless you can keep things targeted at the audience and fresh. And I would say for the MCU, they already got rid of all their most important characters. Good question, Squirrel Lords Gaming. How many actors are in legal trouble? Is DC up to now? I think right now they still have the same two that were in some legal issue. Although I believe for the most part that Ezra has his settled. He just has to behave. But we'll see. It is the line of sadness. It's a lot there. And Zachary does deserve better. It is, Sassy Lasses, it's not amusing. It's something I reported on going back a ways. I think we even talked about it over on Lorena Creole's channel, but I said way back then, I'm like, the Japanese aren't changing their Splash Mountain. They've already said so. They have yet to, even with the incentive of basically Disney writing the financial books for them to do it, they're like, no, we're not getting rid of this. This is one of our most popular rides. Why would we do that in favor of the anti-West messaging that you guys are insisting on? Why would we do that? This is part of history. It's part of American history. It's part of Americana. And it's culturally relevant and has been since we built it in this park. And, the same can be said for the other mountains they're destroying in California and Florida. You're getting rid of one of the first voice actors in animation. One of the first Black voice actors in animation. That was the only place you could hear his voice. Now you have to go to Japan to hear the first Black voice actor for an animated character in your attraction. You should be disgusted with yourself, Disney, amongst other reasons. Yeah, nobody is going to see this thing. No, nobody went to see it. Very few. The Underverse of Sadness. Well, there's plenty of those things right now. Culture Casino. So far, Ant-Man 3 is ahead by 10 million of Ant-Man 2, getting less and less. I think Disney would release it in order to make more than the second one, just to brag. Yeah. I think they're in big trouble. Big trouble. Hey, OC Gigan, good to see you, my friend. Thanks for being here, bud. Hey, Appion, good to see you. A lot of people joining late. New show this week, Mike. Culture Plays Ouija board live stream, 2 a.m. Mountain Time. Come watch all the fun. That's not going to happen, dude. I'm sleeping. Why would I do that? And I don't get into any of that stuff. I like horror films, but I'm not a fan of the activities. How about Halloween? 3 a.m. Culture Casino and Dead People present the 6 feet under daily, though that would work. I could do that. Oh, that's right. I need new emojis. I gotta get you guys new emojis. Apologize. OMGTC. That's right. You guys are funny as heck. A little lore there. It's a great time now to be an independent writer. Take advantage if you're a creator of any kind. Replace the garbage and become the culture. I plan on going back to writing myself. Squirrel Lords Gaming. I will tell you this. That's a good plan. We have to create our own culture. What's up, Christopher Dominguez? You saw Shazam in Dolby Experience. Thankfully, it wasn't garbage like Ant-Man. Yeah, it's not. Like I said in my review, I mean, it's relatively inoffensive. Not completely inoffensive, but it's relatively inoffensive. And, the stuff that they played good. I think they leaned too much into the family too early on in the trajectory of the character. That can't do anything about. The CGI was far better than anything we've seen coming out of Disney. And the story wasn't terrible. I think the cameo and credit scenes, post-credit scenes were all right. There's a lot of things there. There were a lot of jokes that were played up, and there was some very concerning things that happened early in the film, but it doesn't matter. It is what it is. Yes, there was virtue signaling, yep, and woke elements, but overall I was entertained. Yeah, and that's kind of what I said too. So well said there, OC Gigan. Hey, there's our buddy Jason. What's up there, Jason? Check out Sci-Fi for Me TV. He's great. He does wonderful stuff, and he's a good friend. Look at you guys in the chat. You're all flirting with Mikey. Yeah, Lindelof being out of Lucasfilm Star Wars. That believe it or not, that was news a long time ago, but just finally got reported. I think we talked about this going back a ways, but yeah, I did hear he's done. KK is a disaster for Disney at minimum. I mean, consider how many people she has brought in and gotten rid of before they produced one frame. Think about the people that she's gotten rid of, even though they've produced frames of content. She's not a good leader, and she never has been. She's been great for bringing people coffee and bad ideas. And you have to agree, all the recent Star Wars, absent maybe the first season or so of The Mandalorian, mostly bad ideas. Book of Boba Fett didn't get full execution. Now you're going to get the Ahsoka-verse, courtesy of, Filoni baloney. I'm not really excited about that. Destroyed so many different properties for virtue signaling purposes. Just trash. Let's see. Let's see who's in the house. Hey, Read by Nature showed up. What's up? Oh, and I just clicked on Thunderduck, so that makes sense. Good job, dummy. There we go. It's funny how Alonso is getting scorched earth treatment and Kennedy is still there. It blows my mind, Read by Nature. Like I said, I have a feeling there's going to be some more movement in Lucasfilm. I think you're going to see movement in Lucasfilm. I think you're seeing more movement in Marvel, and I think you're going to see movement in the animation departments, in both Pixar and Walt Disney Animation. I don't think these are the last dominoes to fall, folks. I really don't. Oh, here's a good one. New show concept. Mexican Iron Man tells us his tales of Alf love, 7 p.m. Mountain Time Sunday. I think that would be great, Captain Phantom Nerd. I would be happy to host that program. Sci-Fi for Me TV says we're talking with Cameron about it Thursday. Well, there you go. So you now have a date, folks, on Sci-Fi for Me TV with Jason and probably some more crew and Cameron Pasha, who has some insight in Lucasfilm that has been borne out. So check that out. Be very interesting. Let's see. Everybody already forgot about this Andor thing. And or what? One of my favorite jokes. Garbage. I tell you what, the last episode of Mando that I saw, I'm not a fan of Lieutenant Biscuits. And they're really going to try to make Lieutenant Biscuits a thing. That was the whole purpose of stealing most of the show in Mando for some little crazy I'm evil mind flayer thing. I'm just saying. Culture takes his daily fiber. He has a movement every day. Wow. Thank you for that, Eric K. There's Mags. I hope you feel better, dear. I hope you feel better. So you did. I didn't get a chance to watch the lovely ladies of Toxic Femme last night on Midnight's Edge. So I just hope you take care of yourself. No, it's no ifs, ands, or buts. That's right. There you go. There's violence in my chat. YouTube, calm down. YouTube, calm down. What else you guys want to talk about? I got about 20 minutes left. What do you guys want to talk about? Tom Surfer, what's up, man? Hail ski. Hail to you, bro. Appreciate it. The Doctor subplot should have been cut up and fed into previous episodes, but odd first to seem anemic, and then third episode is an hour. Yeah, 50-some minutes of a side quest. I'm tired. Okay, so I said this before when I was talking about it. And again, I would not be consuming these products if not for what I do here, because I've been out on Star Wars is dead. Star Wars has been dead for a while. But I don't want side quest the series. And that's what we're getting. And then, Disney introduced the idea of, your hero is a side character now. We're propping up, new intrepid adventure garbage that, well, just happens to be female. Oh, and just happens to be the best at everything with no training. Oh, and is going to be part of the new quote unquote Avengers for the newness that Iger seems to think that they're suffering from, this oldness that's stale. No, dude, it's the shit you're putting out there. And I just cursed on my channel, folks. I don't do that. Except on Sunday nights. Catch that on Sunday nights. If you want to hear me say bad words, Sunday nights is where I do it. Man, your chat's kicking it. You guys are awesome. Do we have any updates on Disney auditing Lucasfilm and the updating the movie's posted budgets? Don't know if you answered earlier. Well, it's being reported by people who would have the ability to find out that they're looking to audit not just Lucasfilm but other of their entities within their own organization, which may explain, and I suggested this, I think, last night or maybe yesterday afternoon, may explain why you're seeing a shift in production budget reporting for some of these things. I'm just saying. Jar Jar Binks spinoff. There you go. That's what we need. The Doctor plot is a whole can of worms that shouldn't have been opened. I agree with you, Filiato. Yeah. Side quest NPC would be a series you could actually have fun developing if it's done right. Well, that's true. But again, it would take somebody with a creative mind to make it engaging. And then they would create a hero out of the side quest NPC. I would love that. They can't do that, but I would love that. Please keep writing new products as RPG plots with quests and rewards rather than stories. Yeah, people keep writing that. They need to. Serious show idea. Culture hosts Tom and Az discussing everything Batman. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. And also crazy. Could you imagine those two guys? That would be incredible. They're both really, really funny. And Time Prophet reminding you to hit that like button, please. It does make a difference. For 104 of you watching right now, thank you. And for those of you watching on the replay, thank you. Comments on the replay are important as well, folks, so don't forget to do that. And that's right, you're talking with Cameron on Thursday. And you know what? That would be a good stream to attend for that purpose as well, as talking about the audit of Lucasfilm. I think you're going to find some information there. I'm sick of the variable runtimes for their shows. Pick one and stick with it. This is the most frustrating thing about Disney Plus shows. Is they don't have a format. They really don't. It's just somebody writes and then until they're done writing and they close a loop. And then there's no real editing. And you can see that even in Favreau's stuff, which is disappointing. I'm just saying. I think somebody just said, yeah, Mike Linux just said, I would take Jar Jar over wokeness. So every single Stormtrooper spinoff coming soon. There you go. Do you feel like Finn was wasted? I can't be the only one. I can't be the only one that felt like Finn was a wasted character. I can't be. I was so disappointed with how he was treated. I was like, this is going to be amazing. We're going to have two Force users coming together, training together, and defeating the Empire. And if you wanted real diversity, you would have had a black male person, which doesn't matter to the least, and a plank of wood white lady conquering something together, working together to a common goal. Again, why race and sex has anything to do with it is only relevant to those people that are trying to divide us, but still would have been great. Very disappointing. Very disappointing. Oh, that audit will be juicy. Yes, Elizabeth Young, it will be. Ewoks, that was a weird one, wasn't it? When I was growing up. Culture already looks like an Ewok. Well, thank you. Yeah, we get around to Halloween again, I'll do my it thing again where I comb my hair over my face. So, yeah. Killy Bite. Good to see you here. I feel like Favreau gave up. Has anyone else noticed it was barely doing any promo for Mando? I don't think there was any promo for Mando. Very little. Very strange, to be honest with you. I just feel like, and that lands us in a different thing, right? I mean, ratings for Mandalorian season 3 are down. And they've been down quite a bit. It's started off lackluster is some of the descriptives I've seen on Rotten Tomatoes and places like that. Yeah, Finn was done dirty indeed. Hey, thank you for that there, Darren. Appreciate it. Got some great wrenches in the chat. Tomanoid 2 says ewocalypto. Yes, instead of apocalypto. I like that. That's a good idea. Finn's story is a little Finn on the ground. Yeah, I got tired of hearing Ray. I think somebody counted them. It's like 19 in one of those movies. It was bonkers. I have suspicion that Favreau had to pivot for season 3 of Grogu and the marketing geniuses. Yeah, I think that's probably true. Which shows you he doesn't have the kind of power that you would hope he would. If that's really the pivot that he had to pivot there. He also had to pivot because they really did destroy his forward progress on everything else. He was kind of building out a universe with not squadrons, with Rangers of the Republic. It's nuts. And by the way, they changed the timeline of the Acolyte. I'm not going to get into that. We'll talk about that at another time. Who else is here? Oh, yeah, they absolutely could have shipped the two together, too. Indeed. There's a lot going on there. Could you imagine, the next generation of Jedi? She bypassed the compressor. Thank you, Thunderduck. What exactly are you compressing, by the way? You know, this is Snakes and Funerals. I know that this is probably a difficult thing for people to absorb, but I think that there's a lot to this, which is kind of sad. Especially when you get to the Chinese market, which, if you've seen any of their commercials, they're racist. If you want to look for actual racism, that's where you look, by the way. If Finn was female, they would have treated him better. There you go. SSL compressor. There you go. Fan brain cell compressors. There you go. I think KK also torpedoed Favreau because Rangers would have made the New Republic an actual entity of power. And her whole thing is trying to make the New Republic obsolete. Yeah, I know. What's up, Gumby Spawn? Been a minute. I heard that N Peltz fixed the toilets at Disney. Vicky was a courtesy flush. I think there's going to be more flushing, Grumby Spawn, but thank you for that. And keep up your great memery, my friend. Rey was made into a god in the Star Wars sequel trilogy. She was all powerful for no reason other than because she was a woman. Yeah, that's actually a good take, Darcipio. I agree with you. Very strange, though. Why would you do that? I mean, you already had the one, but you had to replace the one with the woman. I don't care. Well, thank you for that, Mama. I like you guys. I appreciate it. Peter Venkman Fansite. Greetings, my friend. I hope you are doing well today. My brother, I keep trying to click on this, and then there it is. Darren Hughes says, my brother, the normie, keeps trying to get me to watch fan remix of Kenobi. Yeah, I've seen a few of those now. I wonder if any of them are any good. Whoa, man, that's right. All right, let's jump into this. What do we want to talk about? I was going to jump back into the entertainment sphere. I think a strike is inevitable, I guess, is the final thing I guess I could say. I don't think we're getting away from having a strike anytime soon. There are a lot of people that didn't like the most recent version of Mandalorian. I can't think of anything to talk about, guys. What is happening? There's got to be things to talk about, right? I mean, news stories out there. You guys feel like you want to talk about maybe Gears of War? Story just dropped on that. I always feel like, is there things we can look forward to? Well, I was looking forward to the Halo series. Boy, was that folly on my part. It was incredibly badly done. And probably helped to destroy the franchise for television and film for another 5 to 10 years. So am I a fool to look forward to this? I don't know. Hey, Frankie, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing good. 3 strikes and you're out. That's right. It does look like Disney is cleaning house. Billions of dollars later. Yeah. I think Vicky was responsible for at least $500 million in financial losses. Hard to walk that off. But looks like Netflix Gears of War movie is tapping Dune and Doctor Strange writer John Spaihts. I wonder if it'll be good, because I have mixed reception to Doctor Strange versus Dune. Dune I thought was fine. Doctor Strange I thought was the original Doctor Strange was fine, but was it Doctor Strange Mom? Let's see. I don't know if he wrote what he wrote. No, he wrote the original Doctor Strange. Well, then it's probably going to be okay. So because Dune I enjoyed, and he's co-writing Dune Part 2 and Doctor Strange. Well, excellent. So anyway, so he boarded the project as the screenwriter. The game has sold over 40 million copies. Pretty rich history in the game if you've ever played it. It's kind of a lot of fun. I'm a big fan. They're gonna adapt the first game into a live action feature film, followed by an adult animated series with the potential for more stories to follow. Woo! Sounds good to me. I'm looking forward to this if it's good. If they're gonna adapt the first game. Did you guys play the first game? It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot. I'll have to see if it's gonna be good. Time for another sip of water. Now, we saw this coming for a while. I mean, this isn't an announcement of the series. It's just they finally found their writer, which means they're going to start to move forward on it. Probably going to have to do a real close adaptation and lock the story quickly to get it made because it is over at Netflix. So, could be good. Could be good. I really enjoyed the game. You know, and all they have to do is do better than Halo by just acknowledging the source material and sticking to it. If you're adapting the first game, stay within the framework of the first game. Even if you never got into it, I think you will enjoy it. The story was good. I had fun. Yeah, I think it was Strange One they were talking about. And I'm very optimistic about Dune Part 2. Looking forward to that. $2 from our good friend Pinochet's Helicopter Tours, today's sponsor. Will any deviation from T. Louis 2 and Abby equal admit defeat? Yeah. They're gonna adapt that game over multiple seasons. The first game, one season. And I'm not kidding. They're going to try to take T. Louis 2 and make it multiple seasons. Maybe hide the golf club beating of Joel. And it's not like we don't know where it's going. And they really did lean into it into the first season. All of the agenda stuff that they inserted. Lots of insertions in that thing. Very woke. And I know a lot of people enjoyed it, but if you played the original game, it was not anything like that. Episode 3, Season 1, started massive deviation from the game. Spates was the writer for Prometheus before he was replaced by Lindelof. Really? Did not know that. But yeah, I think if they deviate too much from the storyline for T. Louis 2. Yeah. Here's the weird thing. Do you think it actually gets made? Do you think we see season 2? Most of these entities are trying to go the other direction. And despite the popularity there, Warner Brothers has been trying to steer their boat away from the politics of it all. We'll see. Cavill should do the whole 40K thing solo. Him as every part. I don't know. I mean, I've seen like things that do that as a concept. I don't think he needs to, but I think it will be a lot of fun. I think 40K is going to be a lot of fun. You know what, Davinia Duckworth, I have a big soft spot in my heart for the Dune film that was created by David Lynch. It's very flawed, but it's very good. Original script to Prometheus was actually quite good before Lindelof when it was actually an Alien movie still. Yeah. Man, the struggles that particular film went through, Prometheus was just a hot mess. Man, talk about being in production heck, right? Yeah, Disney, I think Rick and Morty writers need to be exiting soon. They did a really poor job with Kang, both in the television program reveal in Loki and in the film Ant-Man Quantumania. I mean, theoretically, this version of Kang can continue to learn from all of these experiences, but I don't know. You'd think he would already known how it all goes. O.C. Giggins says, I found Dune boring for dinner reason. I'll have to give it another view. Yeah, I enjoyed it. And Sting is in it. That's right. Yeah, he doesn't sing, though. I really appreciated his limited acting when he did get a chance to act. He did a good job. He was a consummate performer. There were many of those that just never got a real good shot because they were just considered fabulous musicians and nothing more. David Bowie was a good actor. So I play Skyrim every once in a while. I really do. I love that. Yeah, the novels are incredible. And I look at one of my friends here on YouTube, and I'll throw a shout out to her right now, is Nerd Cookies. Nerd Cookies is over the moon for Dune and is just great with the lore. So check out her channel. She does a great job. She's really good with lore of these things that we love, and especially the Frank Herbert novels. She really knows her stuff. So, and as we ramp up into the next film, I suspect she'll do more and more coverage of that. I think John Cena would make a great Abby. I agree with you, Zax. I think that's true. All right, no spoilers for that particular book, Squirrel Lords Gaming. I'll just say, there's an interesting end. No spoilers. There's a lot of great books out there. Ringworld. There are many things that you could develop that would be great properties. I want to see what comes out of this 3-body problem. I want to take a look at that. Frankie, what's up, man? How many failed movie, TV shows, and loss of profits will it take for Hollywood, Disney to change direction? Disney's going to be the last to do a full-scale change, but they're in the process of at least dropping the anchor and reversing the engines. I don't know if they're ready to turn around yet. I think it's gonna take a lot of financial arm twisting behind the scenes. I think it's gonna take what's actually starting to happen now with a lot of these big equity companies starting to have financial difficulties for them to be in a position where you're not going to see a lot of outside money. Both The Rock and The Stone in the last 5 or 6 days have taken some hits in some of their funds. And I'm not going to elaborate on that too specifically right now. Again, I'm not a financial channel. I do cover financial news as part of culture, but I don't give investing advice. I'll just say that both of those are starting to see some interesting things happening behind the scenes. Some people are going to get joy out of watching Pedro catch a golf club in the head. That's true. In the show. Yeah. You guys are great. I love this. We're just talking now. And I'm actually running out of time. I got about a minute. But for the 76 of you who stayed, I really appreciate it. For those of you catching on the replay, thank you. We were well over 100 for quite some time. And we're going to wrap it up as the lovely Stunt Brat rolls in. Great to see you. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Yeah, Golden Compass should have kept going. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff they really should have dove into. Give things a chance. The Divergent movies were garbage-tasticness. But they're kind of a fun garbage-tasticness. Anyway, we're going to do the normal thing we would normally do at the end of a 6-minute daily, which means I'm going to run the credits again. And then I'm going to say, see ya. But you guys are incredible. please allow me to say thank you to everybody that's here and all of my wrenches and my wonderful members. You guys really do make things happen. And here you all are in the updated credits. Up until recently, when Captain Phantom Nerd made it so I had to revise these again, which I don't mind. I appreciate it. And you guys are very, very special. All of you in the audience, subscribers, members, wrenches, you make it happen. Those of you watching on other platforms, thank you. Those of you catching the replay, thank you. And as I mentioned before, if you leave a comment, it really does help. Go check out the video. It's in the description down below, talking about Victoria Alonso in a more expanded way and her exit from Disney. Again, I strongly suspect she isn't the only head to roll. I think we'll see more. I think maybe slipper sliding on people's heads, possibly. But who knows? Thanks to these high rollers. Can't wait to hang out with everybody again in a member stream. We'll set that up. Have a great day, everybody. See ya!